everyone, my name is Diana, and in today's video I'm going to show you what it actually costs to start an Amazon FBA business. I'm not going to try to manipulate the numbers to make it seem that it costs less than it actually is, because it's important for you to know exactly how much it costs before you start this type of business, so you are better prepared. I want you to understand the reality of starting the business like this. The more details you will have, the better you will be able to determine if it is the right fit for you. Amazon FBA is a wonderful business. It changed my life. Before, I was struggling to pay my mortgage. I was worried about groceries, about the prices of groceries going up, that I couldn't afford them. I have a baby boy, and I was worried that I couldn't be able to stay home with him. But right now I earn 10,000 a month and I'm able to stay home with my baby, and I work just 5 hours per week. Selling on Amazon is extremely lucrative. There are many methods of selling on Amazon. Private label Amazon FBA is just one of them. With this method, there is no limit on what you can earn when you build your own brand. But there are minimum costs that you need to be aware of before starting this type of business. So at the end of this video, you will get clarity on how much it costs to actually start selling on Amazon FBA. These are the costs to just start an Amazon FBA business. But then when you grow, you can reinvest your profit and you can grow even more. I'm going to give you the facts here. So let's start. So I have two categories here, mandatory and optional. So mandatory are all the costs that I think are essential for starting an Amazon FBA journey. So first, to start selling on Amazon, you will need to be a member of their seller platform. This costs money, so you have two options. You can either have a professional account or an individual account. Professional account costs about $40 per month, and for individual account, the sellers don't pay the monthly fee, but they pay by the unit sold. So if you are selling a good amount, it makes more sense to have a monthly fee. If you are only selling a few units, then yes, the individual account may be better. But for private label Amazon FBA journey, professional seller account is what you want to have. You need to first start with the professional account, because upgrading the account later on from individual to professional will take more time and will require more documents. This will be $39.99 per month. Okay, so next, you need a product research tool. Before, we had to manually search for products on Amazon and do our math on our own. But now we have great tools that can help you. I personally use Helium 10 and I really recommend it. It's easy to use, it has all the features you need, and it saves you tons of time and tons of money in costly mistakes. I used Helium 10 to find 3 of my products that I now sell on Amazon and that now make me over 10K per month. I also use it to find keywords for my pay-per-click campaigns and to set up my listing. I have 20% off coupon code for you if you use the link below in my description. This code is for the first 6 months. So instead of paying 100 per month, you will pay 80 per month. So let's put Helium 10. This is 80 per month. And believe me, whatever you are paying for these tools, it's worth it. If you are a busy mom, then you know how little time you have. And every tool that can help you save this time is worth gold for you. Okay, then there are samples. So before you order a product, you need to know the quality of the product that you want to order. So I recommend writing to at least 5 or 6 manufacturers, choosing 3 of them and having them send you a sample of their product, so you can compare the quality, because believe me, the quality will be so much different between one manufacturer and the other. So usually the samples cost around $70. Sometimes they say that sometimes the samples are free, but you have to pay for shipping. So I'm here gonna estimate and give you an average. So what I've seen, on average the samples can cost about $70. So $70 times 3, because we want to order 3 samples, this will be 210. So now inventory. So inventory will be the place where you spend the most of your money. And these costs depend on the type of product that you order. You can always start with a lower priced product if you don't have the money to start with the higher priced. Some products can cost like $15 to $20 to manufacture. So you need to be smart about it based on your budget. So here I will use an average of $8 per unit, and when you order 300 units. So it will be 2,400. This is just an average. It will very much depend on the product that you order. The cost per unit will be different. So you need to calculate this on your own. But this, I will just give you an average so you can have like all the costs that potentially you will have to pay. And for the MOQs, here I put the 300 units, but minimum order quantity can vary. It can be 100, it can be 500, but usually you can negotiate this with your supplier. A piece of advice here, don't order a bare minimum, because when you go out of stock, then your rank on Amazon can hurt very badly. So have a decent amount of units that you can sell and that you can order. So you need to forecast wisely. Okay, now artwork. Well, by artwork I mean packaging, design and logo. So your manufacturer will have a basic packaging usually without any colors and without any text. This is fine when you are just starting out, but I recommend at least to have your brand logo on the packaging. You can very cheaply find packaging designers and graphic designers on Upwork. This is the website I usually use to outsource some part of my business. So graphic design, it can cost around, it's very affordable on Upwork, and you can get like a packaging design for $70 and like a logo for $30. So let's put it packaging design. So $70 and logo $30. You will need to have some idea of the color fonts, color scheme that you want to use for the packaging, the text that you want to put there, and some idea of how your logo might look like. But you just give it to the graphic designer on Upwork, and he will do everything. He will do the work for you, and he will design the packaging. Okay, so now Amazon photos. By photos I mean the photos of your product. So photos are very important. It's the backbone of your listing. So people buy with their eyes. When they see a really nice photo, and they will be more inclined to order your product. So don't skim out on this. Have the best photos that you can get for the price that you want to commit to this. Usually the photos cost around $300, but if you get like a professional service, it can cost like $1,000 even. You can also start with taking the photos with your iPhone. iPhones have very good cameras now. And take the photos first at different angles, and then you can hire someone on Upwork to do the 3D render for you. So this usually costs like $100. But for this here, I will just put 300. This is the average price that you will pay for a professional looking photos if you don't want to do it on your own. But doing them on your own when you start is fine. Okay, now you also need infographics. So back in like 5 years ago, normal photos were enough. But now a lot of people have infographics. Infographics show the features of your product, how to use your product, so some instructions. They show how your product is different from your competitors, so they are very, very important. So for the infographics, I usually hire also a person on Upwork who can do a nice, really nice looking 5 infographics for your Amazon listing. So usually you will pay like $50 for those infographics. So let's put 50 here. Okay, now you also need barcodes. Barcodes are numbers, are a series of numbers that you put on your product. And you need UPC barcodes to create Amazon listing. Now Amazon will only accept GS1 barcodes. I will link the website below. So you need to order the barcodes from this website. So you can have like one barcode if you sell one product only for like $30. And you can also have 10 barcodes for a different product that you plan to sell in the future for $250. So here I will put $30 because this is what you can start with. So you buy a barcode for just one product. Now, shipping and tariffs. So by shipping, I mean shipping from your manufacturer to the Amazon FBA warehouse. If you are shipping locally, so if you are manufacturing in the United States, then it will be much cheaper. So there are 2 types of shipping methods. If you are importing from overseas, so there is air shipping, which will be more expensive but much faster, like usually 2 weeks maximum, and there will be sea shipping, which will be much cheaper, but it's very slow and it usually takes 2 months. When you first launch and start, I recommend shipping by air. So shipping will largely depend on your product, how heavy it is, also on the cost of your product. So for this estimate, I will put half of the price of the product, so 1,200 shipping. You will also need to pay tariffs. I have a whole video explaining how you can calculate tariffs for your product. I will link it in the description below, so go check it out. Here for our average, I will put 10% of the cost of our product, $240. Tariff will also depend on the type of product that you are importing, and for every type of product has different HTS code. You can either ask your manufacturer for the HTS code, or you can find it on your own. I'm also talking about HTS codes in my tariff video, so go check it out. Okay, and the last one from the mandatory costs. This will be pay-per-click campaigns. So these are essential when you start out, because when you activate your listing on Amazon, your product will be at like page 30, and from page 30 you will not get many sales. So you need to be at least on page 2 or 3. The best is to be on page 1, of course. So you need to use pay-per-click campaigns for that, to advertise for specific keywords, to put your product before your audience. So for the beginning, I recommend $1,000 to start with. So you can learn how to do it, how to set up campaigns, learn what works, and test different types of campaigns, test different type of keywords. Okay, so now let's add it up. I will just remove here per month. Let's put sum here. So this is our sum for the mandatory costs, $5,649. Okay, now for the optional costs. So for the optional, you can have a third-party inspection that will inspect your product before your manufacturer ships it to Amazon FBA. So usually this inspection, so I will just write third-party inspection. Usually this inspection costs around $300. Now you can use a freight forwarder, so it's especially useful if you ship by sea. This person will manage everything, organize everything for you, and this usually costs $120. This person helps manage international shipments and all the paperwork. So now, Amazon FBA training course. So training courses can cost anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000. I highly recommend that you invest in them. It will first teach you teach you selling on Amazon step by step. It will save you a ton of money in costly mistakes, and it will also protect you from analysis paralysis, because you will be more confident in what you're doing, and you will act faster on it. So when I first started out, I didn't follow any program. I learned on my own from YouTube videos, from watching other people, but then I committed to a course. I've done amazing selling machine, and I highly recommend it if you want to have everything in one place, if you want to have someone that will guide you step by step, and so that you are more confident in your steps and that you have everything explained. So right now, amazing selling machine is 1,000, one payment, or you can pay monthly. It's 100 per month. So let's just put here 1,000. Okay, now you will also need a product launch budget. So this is the budget that you will use for launching your product. So for example, for paying the influencers or for product giveaways. So I usually recommend $500 just to start. Of course, the smaller influencer you will choose, you will pay less for them. The bigger influencer will cost you more. Okay, so you can also trademark your brand name. And if you are living in the US, you can do it on your own. It's quite easy to follow on the trademark website. But if you are living outside the US, you'll need to hire a lawyer. So a lawyer can cost like from 700 to 1,000. If you want to have the A+ content on Amazon, so when you scroll from the main images of the listing, then sometimes some sellers have beautiful content explaining you all the features, etc. This is A+ content. So you can have A+ content only if you are brand registered, and to be brand registered, you need to have a trademark. So if you want this A+ content, you will need to have the trademark. So here I will put 700 for the trademark if you want to hire a lawyer. And also you can set up the LLC, so the legal entity. You can sell on Amazon as an individual. When you start out, it's absolutely fine. But if you want, you can set up from the beginning the LLC. So setup costs vary by state. So you need to consult your state for the setup costs. LLCs offer some tax benefits and some protection, but this is not required. So I will just put here LLC setup. I'll just put here a random number, like $300, but this will largely depend on the state and if you're doing this on your own or if you hire a lawyer to do it. Okay, so sum for the optional costs. For the optional costs, the sum is 2,900, but these are very optional. You don't need them when you start out. And for the mandatory, it's 5,600. But bear in mind that this number is an average. It will largely depend on the cost of your product that you want to manufacture. But just to know what it actually costs to start selling on Amazon, what it costs to start, this is a very good estimate. That wraps up this video. These are the real costs of starting an Amazon FBA business. I don't want to discourage you. I want to show you real costs before you commit to starting this type of business. You need to have some cash to get started. It's better to save up first and then start when you have the amount of money that you want. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you will get notified when I release new videos about Amazon FBA about my entrepreneurship journey, and also some other motivational videos. Let me know in the comments where you are at your journey. Did you already start? Are you thinking of starting? How many products are you selling? I would love to know more about you guys. And if you haven't started yet, check my free list of 30 potential products that you can sell on Amazon. And the link is below in the description. Thank you. Take care. Bye.